All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got the Taurus GX2. Did you think you was going to see this on the channel again? It's your boy Genius with G2 Tactical, letting you know up front, as always, if you don't know Jesus Christ as your Savior, if you don't know what that's about or what I mean when I say that, reach out to me, G2Tactical@gmail.com, or you can reach out in the comment section. I don't care either way. I'd much rather talk to you about that than I would about any of these firearms. But either way, I did promise. Now, I'm not going to complain about the number of rounds that I'm running through this thing, because now it's kind of become a personal thing with me, you know. After what I put this through, I had every intention, as I do all of the budget-friendly guns, the SAR, and some of the ones that I've done recently that I've already sold, I intended to sell the gun. But, you know, the haters started coming out, and then, you know, the people that liked it or defended it would come up against the haters, and it become a whole thing in the comment section. So I went on this journey, put together this whole, I guess, series, if you will, 300, 500, 750, you know, 800, 1,000, 1,200. I cleaned it at 1,200 rounds, or maybe it was 1,500, I don't remember really. And then I ended up running it out all the way to 2,000 rounds, okay? I cleaned it at 12 or 15, and then I cleaned it again at 2,000. And I did a video reporting what it looked like after I ran it for 12 or 1,500 rounds without cleaning it, running in the mud, shot it out here in the snow. So it's kind of become part of me now. The only failure that I had during all that, I invite you to go over and check out that entire series of videos. It would probably be interesting. I hope you would find it interesting anyway. And just see what happened. I had 2 or maybe 3 light primer strikes after I put it in the mud. And I think 1 or maybe 2 where it didn't fully go back into battery because it was full of gritty sand out of the mud pit up there. But other than that, completely flawless. Nothing is broken on the gun. Finish is roughed up, of course, but it kind of came that way, honestly. But overall, the finish is not as bad as I would have expected it to be. I have not saw any rust on the gun. I did clean it after the 2,000 rounds, and it's been sitting in the safe since then. But again, like I said, I'm not going to complain about the number of rounds that I've put through it, because now it's kind of personal to me. I want to know how many rounds this thing will run before something breaks, and I promised you guys that I would do that, so that's what I'm doing. I know the video might, to some people, be kind of boring because I'm going to put these 2 magazines through it. I am running all Blazer brass, aluminum, and also some Monarch steel, just to kind of keep down on the cost of the ammunition I'm using to do this. But I just want to see how far this thing will go before something will break on it, how many rounds I can get out to. And I said I would try it once a month to put 200 rounds through it, and I'm not going to clean it again until probably another 2,500 if it makes it that far. So let's just find out. I'm going to put literally all the way up until 1 magazine left. And I'm going to probably put some music over it, because some people like the music, some people don't. So I've been trying to give everybody a little bit of something. Sometimes I don't do the music, sometimes I do, so everybody's happy and nobody has to beat me over the head about what an idiot I am in the comment section because of the ghetto music that I play. That's what people say. But I have to use what's available to me to YouTube. So let's just get right to doing that. I'm going to run it all the way up to whatever it is, 187 rounds, and I'll stop the video and come back and we'll talk about those last 13 rounds and how the gun looks and all that. That is provided that nothing fails. So let's just get right to it. Well, there you have it, folks. 13 rounds away from 200, making it 2,200 rounds through the Taurus GX2. As you can see, I had good moments, bad moments while I was shooting the gun. You can tell that it's been a little while since I've shot the gun. I was getting better with it as I went on, but I'm also trying out the new dueling tree, which I'm still getting used to. I even put some over here on the Texas Star. And, you know, I've been shooting the CC9 from HEK, quite a few other guns, some hammer-fired guns, some 1911s yesterday. So when you come out here and you spend the majority of the day at the range shooting 10 or 12 different guns, you have to get reused to another gun. But either way, that's not the point. The point is, it was flawless. It's still just as fun to shoot as it was during the initial 2,000 rounds. The trigger has actually gotten better. It still has that kind of double reset thing going on, but either way, the trigger has definitely gotten better. Now, it's never been great, but it has gotten better, and it still feels just phenomenal in the hand. Just a fun shooting gun. And again, my objective was I wanted to see how long this thing will go without something breaking, because everybody was telling me, even fans of the gun, man, change out that recoil spring in that rod because it's cheap. I don't want to do any of those things, because most people that buy super budget friendly guns are not looking to spend thousands of more, or hundreds, should I say, hundreds of more dollars on accessories for the firearm. They want to know if it works right out of the box for as long as they need it to work, okay? And so that's what I want to do. I'm leaving everything stock. It doesn't look too terribly bad for the absolute crap that I've put this thing through. And again, if it gets through these 13 rounds, and every bit of that was Monarch steel and Blazer brass aluminum, because of course that ammunition is a little bit cheaper, and I'm trying to save money on ammunition for some of the other newer release reviews. But I promised I was going to shoot this thing until something broke. If I die before that happens, well then, hey, kudos to the GX2. I'm going to try to slow down, because this dueling tree over here is peeing me off a little bit, because I was shooting good with it with the other ones. But I think since those plates are white and that front dot is white, it's really screwing me up. Yeah, you know, not too bad. Didn't do too bad. Either way, there you go, folks. Not looking too shabby, internally or externally for that matter. After 2,000 rounds of ammunition, like I said, you know, go back and watch the series. I think there's like 8 videos, several shorts that I put up on the gun. You can watch it from beginning to the end, the first time at the range till the last time when it had 2,000 rounds through it. Watch me dunk this thing, and I just didn't put it in the mud. I open slide, crammed this thing into the mud and water. Snowing out here that day, it was 28 degrees, so I don't know how that water didn't freeze inside the gun, because I had not shot it prior to that, so that it would be warm or anything. I didn't stick it in the truck or nothing like that. So I mean, you know, that was pretty impressive to me, is all I'm trying to say. I did have to sit here and rack the slide a lot to kind of work that grit out of there and I wasn't sure it was going to function, okay? And the first shot, it didn't go back in the battery. I had to hit it. I think that happened again on the second shot. And then I had 1 or maybe 2 light primer strikes, because there was gunk built up in front of the firing pin. But after that, it ran another 100 rounds with all of that grit, mud, and dirt in it. Took it home, cleaned it up, took it back out to the range, got it out to, I believe, 1,500, cleaned it again, got it out to 2,000, cleaned it again. So I'm going to get it up to 2,500, at which time I'll clean it again, and I'll probably revisit this in about another 4 or 5 weeks and put another 200 rounds through it, and we're just going to find out how long it's going to take for something to break inside of this gun. Thanks so much for watching. Consider going over supporting the people that support your favorite gun channel by supporting the people that support them. Crate Tactical sent us the majority, all but 2 of these targets that are out here. The Dueling Tree, which you've been having a lot of fun with. This Texas Star, which has been out here for about 2.5 years, still rotates, still moves. It's not rusted out, just sitting out here in the weather all the time. And then, of course, the reduced size Silhouette down there, and that little one on the ground that we shoot mostly with a shotgun. And they all stay out here in the weather. The best targets I've ever had, and believe me, I've wasted a bunch of money on targets. So go over and check out cratetactical.com. I'll put a link in the corner of the screen. Also, check out Patreon. Consider supporting me. $5 a month. Cancel anytime. I just created a $10 tier. So anyway, consider doing that. Go over to my website at gsquaredtactical.com. Click on the 3 lines in the corner. Screen pops down. Support the channel. I get the most of that money. Either way, thanks again so much for watching. If you can't support me monetarily, you know what? I'm very appreciative of your thumbs up, your sharing, your comments, and most importantly, your subscription. If you think you have subscribed, be sure that you are. And if not, go ahead and subscribe, because you can support me that way as well. Again, thanks so much. I genuinely appreciate you watching me and your trust in my wife and I. And as always, to God only be the glory.